The Battle of Alesia, 52 BCE, an epic moment carved into the annals of history. In a world far removed from memes and TikTok dances, Julius Caesar faced a viral challenge of his own: the Siege of Alesia. This was no ordinary battle. It was the grand finale of the Gallic Wars, pitched between the mighty Roman Republic and a coalition of fiercely independent Gallic tribes led by Vercingetorix. Picture this: Alesia, perched on a hill flanked by rivers like an ancient fortress with natural defenses any modern cybersecurity expert would envy. Caesar didn't just knock politely on the city gates. No, he ordered his legions to build the mother of all fortifications, two massive walls encircling the city and stretching outward to block any reinforcements. Imagine trying to build your own fortress in Minecraft, only instead of blocks, you have thousands of soldiers hammering day and night under Caesar's watchful gaze. This was no camping trip with tents and campfires. It was a 16.7-kilometer long, about 11 Roman miles, ironclad wall system with watchtowers and traps designed to trap everyone exactly where they didn't want to be, either imprisoned inside or stranded outside without backup. If that sounds like a never-ending IKEA project missing half the screws, you're not far off, considering how fast Caesar's engineers worked under constant threat from Vercingetorix's forces. By now, you might wonder, how did they manage food? Because no siege works without snacks, or at least something better than stale bread and boiled turnips. Vercingetorix had about 30 days' worth of supplies inside Alesia when things got tense. Meanwhile, Gallic allies gathered a massive relief army, up to 250,000 warriors strong, bigger than most modern music festivals and arguably more brutal. But here's Caesar's genius. He didn't stop at one defensive perimeter. He built a second, outer ring facing the relief army, a double siege line. Think about it, trapping enemies inside while fending off a colossal force outside, like guarding your house against invaders in both front and backyard. No pressure, right? The Romans crafted defense layers including spike-filled ditches, because nothing screams "stay out" louder than hidden pointy things, sharpened stakes camouflaged as bushes, ancient MasterChef level camouflage, and mechanical traps that hurled rocks or boiling liquids, medieval home security systems on steroids. Picture a Tesla alarm, but with more muscle and fewer updates. Meanwhile, Vercingetorix did what any good commander would: rallied troops and sent cavalry sorties under cover of darkness, hoping to break through Roman lines before hunger or disease shattered morale inside. Risky, but necessary. Why risk everything? Because survival depends on daring moves. Despite these attempts, Rome held fast, and then erupted an epic 3-day battle extravaganza. Imagine WWE SmackDown, but spears replace folding chairs. Day 1, legions met expert Gallic cavalry in brutal clashes near Roman lines lasting till sunset. Day 2, Gauls launched fresh assaults directly targeting Roman camps. Day 3, fleeting Gallic breakthroughs were decisively crushed by Caesar's rapid response units, personally leading counterattacks. To be honest, with that many warriors clashing in tight spaces, it resembled rush hour traffic on steroids. But instead of honking cars, it was shouting warriors, swinging swords, and avoiding spike traps. Had to be one of history's most dangerous choose-your-own-adventure games. After heavy losses inside the walls and among relief forces, the Gauls' hopes slipped away faster than Wi-Fi in a basement raid. When Vercingetorix realized his fate was sealed, he chose the most dramatic surrender in ancient military history. Rather than flee or fight to the death, which surely would make better Instagram reels, He met Caesar face to face to lay down arms before thousands witnessing history unfold atop those muddy slopes, now Roman forever. Thus ended not just a brutal siege, but secured Roman control over Gaul, the ancient equivalent of winning every championship trophy, but without digital slow-mo replays. Only dusty scrolls, carefully preserved for history buffs, binge reading between Netflix shows on Vikings or Spartans. In fact, capturing Vercingetorix alive must have been more awkward than texting your boss a meme meant for a buddy. The Romans paraded him through Rome. Proof positive, the rebellion was crushed. Talk about major FOMO for any rebel thinking of uprising against an emperor who threw parties worthy of poetry. Though imprisoned years later and executed, the legacy of this dramatic surrender symbolizes heroic resistance against overwhelming odds and political submission shaping Western civilization.
Caesar didn't stop there. After Alesia came mopping up campaigns against remaining Gallic tribes resisting Roman rule until fully pacified. AKA peace, if peace means endless road building connecting far-flung towns rather than binge-watching cat videos uninterrupted after work. Caesar knew infrastructure mattered, like ancient internet cables keeping empire-wide Zoom calls flowing smoothly. But thankfully without the dreaded "you're muted" moments. By binding Gaul firmly into Rome's republic, this monumental clash set empire-building patterns echoing through centuries, sparking tales told worldwide about leadership, diplomacy, and brute force battles to win hearts and lands, and which Netflix show teaches that without Latin subtitles. Next time you grumble about buffering or slow Wi-Fi during game night, remember ancient folks enduring months-long sieges, needing guts bigger than any broadband bill, and towers higher than the selfies atop today's skyscrapers. Yes, the Battle of Alesia wasn't just bricks and mortar conflict. It embodied human spirit clashing with nature and ambition reaching beyond land into legends etched in time. To understand why this battle remains legendary, dive deeper into minds behind those granite walls, a blend of strategic genius and stubborn courage rivaling today's hardcore esports champions, refusing defeat despite lag spikes. When Caesar surveyed the steep cliffs guarding Alesia's summit where Vercingetorix rallied tens of thousands, it must have felt less like war planning and more like prepping for a reality TV showdown sponsored by vineyards fueling legions through bitter winters. Now imagine being a soldier trapped inside with thousands starving slowly while enemy lines tighten tighter than skinny jeans after holiday feasts. Or part of the relief force marching hundreds of kilometers only to realize enemy defenses make IKEA assembly look simple, twice as long, of course. Ever wonder if ancient Romans invented the phrase, "hold my beer"? Both sides locked in a deadly chess match where patience meant life or death, and trust among allies was key amid harsh conditions nobody signed up for. Except maybe that poor messenger convinced he'd get a promotion for quick news delivery. Speaking historically, the irony is rich. Although outnumbered overall in the region, the Romans' disciplined formations and engineering mastery repeatedly turned tides against spontaneous Gallic charges relying on raw bravery and uncertain coordination. Like modern crowd surfers hoping not to get dropped mid-air at chaotic concerts. That contrast carries a timeless lesson. Victory balances strength, cunning, and adaptability few master under pressure. But behind every epic battle are humble stories. Legionaries digging trenches with primitive tools, dreaming beyond dead fields toward future glories, written by scholars, immortalizing deeds after dust settled, and warriors at home, nervously awaiting letters, hoping for simple safety rather than fame or fortune.
In conclusion, the Battle of Alesia stands tall through millennia, not just for Roman conquest over Gauls, but as a symbol of human striving, pushing boundaries set by geography, time, and culture, where leaders inspired loyalty, transcending language, and courage met innovation, crafting destinies forever changing civilization's course. Next time you binge watch historical dramas or scroll social media's epic fails versus triumphs, remember how ancestors fought battles resembling grand-scale, real-time strategic games, combining tactics with raw emotion, fueling timeless legends despite ever-evolving tech. Thanks for journeying through time exploring the Battle of Alesia, a saga blending iron wheels, dirt roads, and warrior spirits tougher than any final boss fight today. Until next historic adventure, keep pondering what lessons past holds beneath ancient scrolls, waiting to unlock curiosity's door. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to support more epic history. Join our legion at Rome Wars for more thrilling battles and legendary tales.